This is a King A.D.S. music production.
Started as much as I can. I've got my microphone set up. I've got my own lighting set up. I've got my phone set up and my tablet set up. So I'm at you in stereo. Oh, man, I've been waiting to have fun like this for a while. I wasn't sure if I could do it, but it's just the type of stuff I like to do when there's no particular task for the day. Like, I pretty much done most of the things I'm supposed to do for the week, and I'm very thankful that I was able to do so. I've been going through so much. In the beginning of this year, things started getting back off on a good foot, and then I had the van go down for about 2 months. I got sick. Been going through a healing of an injury. I think it was like a groin injury, which, if anyone's ever been through that, you know what kind of ordeal that is. And there's times when you're healing up and you feel like, oh, I feel great, I bounced back, and that's only in comparison to how really hurt you were before. You know what I'm saying? So, so needless to say, still a slow process, still bouncing back strong. Your boys in the building, trying to give you that good feeling. And big shouts to so many cool people that have been out there listening to my music over the years, or even if they're new to me and just found me. Thank you so much. People throughout the years, thank you for your support. All the cool people that have been checking out my little talks, my little experiments, my little contribution, if you want to call it, if you will. Just doing my part, you know what I'm saying? Sometimes I like to share topics that are kind of trippy, kind of offbeat, and sometimes I like to talk about things that I've learned or observed or absorbed, stuff like that. But the main thing that I do it for is to connect with people. It's not to talk at people, but to kind of spark up a conversation and speak with people, you know what I mean? So I like it, to reach out to you and to you and to you and everybody out there that is open-minded just like I am. And there's so many that I've seen. There's people with YouTube channels I've mentioned before that are really awesome. There's a bunch of, and I'm in the Inland Empire, Southern California, just in case if anyone noticed, I was wondering where I'm at. That's where I'm at. I'm in Upland, in the city of Upland, in the Inland Empire, in San Bernardino County in Southern California. And there's so many great, amazing minds, talented people out here as well, if in the case anybody doesn't know. And that's that 909 in the building, 951-760, so on and so forth. And big shouts to all the creative, artistic people that I do know out here. Shouts to the fam, shouts Neb Love, Dirty Birdie, Killer Kane, my boys up in the high desert, GTP, Kool-Aid, our boy up there on the engineering skills, Efren. We got Black King out here, representing Pomona, but he be hanging out here in the IE a lot too. And a real good, solid brother, as well as others that were from here and transplanted to other areas. Also Styko, Homeless Nation representative. C4, Okie Doke. Oh man, Lunch. So many people, man. Just so many people. Dominique. Just a lot of people that are out here, that are very talented and made waves for themselves. And big shouts and always much love and big recognition to you and respect. And like I said, man, I'm just on here trying to pass the time constructively as I can. You know what I'm saying? As I like to do. And so I hope you're enjoying my little experiment so far. I'm like a mad scientist. I'm rubbing my hands together thinking of what I could do next. You know what I mean? That's how I always have been. And since I was a kid. And I think that some of that comes from, I think I was watching Coach Greg Adams yesterday or something like that, and he was talking about being a latchkey kid and being an only kid, and I was tripping out because I brought up cosmic echoes before, and how I feel like we're all connected and there's likenesses and reflections throughout our life, and if we become observant enough, we start to see these likenesses, and it's kind of trippy, you know what I mean? And that's a topic I hope that sparks a little conversation. But sometimes we can see a little bit of ourselves in other people, you know, and I hope vice versa. And he was talking about being a latchkey kid, and that's something I can relate with because that's my life as well. See what I'm saying? So it's like it's funny that we end up, no matter what, energy seeks its own, you know, type of vibration, like how they say water seeks its own level. So there's likenesses in minds and things that can find understanding and come together and make a build. And hopefully that build is positive because that's where we want to go, upward and forward all the time. So yeah, man, I wanted to talk a little bit about with that, you know, being said, you know, the being the outsider in a sense, you know, air quotes, you know what I'm saying, the outsider. For me, it was very unique. Just doing to share a little personal note of how my upbringing from my perspective which was I was originally born in New York, and my family's in Brooklyn. A lot of them are still back east, and I love them very much. But there was a time period where, as I was growing up, we left. We went to Florida for a few years. So that was so from that, what I was building there with the family and making relationships and connections with friendships or whatever, those things would change, and I would go to another area where I'd be starting that over again. And well, I was always a people person. I never really had problems with that too much, but nevertheless, I would be inducting myself into a new system of thinking, new ways of doing things. So, and that's where you get into like that. I know I brought up herds before, and you don't really want to be stuck up, you know, within the herd too much. But there is only one time that fitting in kind of benefits your survival, and that's just learning where things are and how, you know, things work and how they connect, you know, who's on first, second, third, you know, so on and so forth. So those kind of things started to come to me a little more swiftly. But at the same time, it was interesting because we did bounce around a little bit. I left from there about 2 years later. We came to California. So then I started the process all over again. So I was almost 10 when we came here to Southern California. And the first place I landed in Southern California was Laverne, California. So that was like a huge difference from things that I was used to, you know, primarily. And I remember the first few nights of being here, it was hard for me to go to sleep because it was so quiet and I wasn't used to that much stillness. It was so much stillness that it hurt my ears and gave me a headache, and I actually couldn't sleep. So I had to adapt. So it's definitely, you know, always adapting to new situations. And so with that, also the way people did things. So I was always learning new cultures and new social norms, as I call it, you know, as you would call it actually, you know, social norms and behavioral patterns, in other words, of people and how they did things. And so yeah, a lot of the times I would be a little bit different. I was kind of the outsider. And while I had an outside perspective, a different point of view, at the same time, sometimes it could be welcomed, sometimes it could be a little, you know, shunned. And also, other things I would notice is that even if I knew a person that I met in a friendship for a amount of years, they would probably side with someone they grew up with. And that's something I didn't just, you know, almost had it, you know, but not quite. You know, I did form friendships from early years, and I'm still cool with those people, but we did kind of go our own ways and travel on our own paths, which is awesome. But you know, we didn't spend all those years developing together, intertwined like that. So a little bit different. So I can kind of have this perspective of being the outsider and seeing the advantage of being left alone to find your own way, and also I can kind of see where it's a disadvantage and it works against you, as it's like they don't think like us, they don't know us, and that type of, you know, building of that relationship and that encased, you know, scenario. So sometimes it's kind of hard too, and you can see it get cliquish at certain times in your life when you know, certain jobs, certain surrounding scenarios. Those are people that have been tight knit for many, many, many years, and so it's kind of rough being the new kid. and trying to make your way, so just to let you know, if you're one of those people, I'm just like you, and I feel like that too. Is it's kind of rough being a new kid sometimes. You got to make your way, and you can't be no pushover, but you got to be smart. You know what I'm saying? Can't go head up with everybody and meet your inevitable end, but you definitely have to stand up for yourself and what you believe in, and just be about that. And so you can kind of be okay with your own solitude and finding ways to fill your time, similar to what I'm doing right now. Look at this. You know what I mean? So, anything's possible. And now I have audio separate from the visual, and I could put in little clips and stuff like that. So I'm looking forward to seeing whatever else I can come up with. But that's what I really wanted to just do real quick, is just do this little experiment, see what I could MacGyver together. I wish I had better equipment. If I did, I'd be using it, and try to do something even a little more elaborate. You know what I mean? I'm looking forward to seeing what I could do, though. I hope you enjoyed this video, man. Oh man, that's right, there's people out there with birthdays this month. Big shouts in the month of April to all the people. If I missed birthdays before that, I didn't mean to, but happy birthday to you. Big birthday love to all the Aries that are out there this month. I know it's party time. But you know what I'm saying? Mad love, big shouts. Please stay tuned. Check out more of my talks. I just want to spark some conversation. I want to grow, I want to build. And also check out my music. Check out the Smokescreen Quarantine project. Check out the newest projects that are going to be coming, so be on the lookout for that. Turn on my notification bell. Please subscribe to my channel. Please follow. All that good stuff. Add me, friend me, follow me, all that stuff. Let me know what you're up to, and let me know what's on your mind. All right, y'all. Dig it all the time. I'm with you. Peace.